Morning, everyone. This is Rajendran here, joining from Market Calls, and welcome everyone to zila 2.0 daily market commentary. So let's just give me a second. Just give me a second. Yeah. So we are watching this double distribution balance here. Right. So yesterday, as I said, we are watching this double distribution reference level as a confidence. So the confidence level looks like the price is not willing to accept above this double distribution reference level. You can see that now price opened gap up. It also broken 2-day high, but eventually price started trading down below that reference. So it's a low confidence environment. Most likely it's going to attract mean reversion trades, right? And same case is it's going on with Bank Nifty as well. But before getting into the Bank Nifty, what you can say is that it's more of a weaker trade. It's more of a weaker buying. So initially you can expect some weaker selling could be kicking in into the markets, and it's a low confidence environment. And as long as 10,850 is going to hold, activity is going to point of control is keeps building below 10,850 levels. It's going to be an short mode. So let's keep monitoring this reference. The double distribution reference, I said double distribution reference is the short-term reference. I'm going to give more priority compared to the 2-day high as a reference, right? And so far, the sellers are trying to take control. That means anticipated positivity haven't came, and so you need to position yourself as a short mode. So far, see, something has to change. Something has to change in the markets. Again, point of control has to start accepting about 10,850 levels, right? So that's the reason in the morning I said like but market open gap up, but then I said like low buyer confidence in NF and BNF. People are asking, still the price is trading above 850. So what I have to do? So I have to monitor. All you have to do is that you have to monitor price activity to happen above 850 level. Unless that is not going to happen, I might not think about the bullish mode, right? So that's what it's happening. That is one of the reason I said like it is, though the entire world is bullish right now, so you should be thinking about 850 levels. Acceptance not coming in, so you should not be thinking about bullishness at all, right? Or if you still want to go long, you still have to wait for point of control to shift above 10,850 levels. As long as that is not happening, not a good deal to go with that. And the other reference level we are watching is there are two G2 levels which we need to look into it. Are they are willing? I mean, any positivity is going to come. I'll be thinking about testing the Jan 1 high. The Jan 1 high comes around. This is the Jan 1 high levels. So any positivity which I need, point of control has to accept above this. If point of control builds above this, I will think about testing this level. If at all not, whether it's a pure, as of now, whatever is going on now is kind of a mean reversion trading activity, right? So the buyers has to show up. If at all the price has to come towards 10,980 levels. As long as that is not happening, today's I will be positioned more often. As long as, let's say, the letter A, B, C, D, everything started trading below that reference level, and maybe one more spike, and then point of control is most likely going to build over here, then that is a clue that these markets are losing control, right? It's very early to tell, but over a period of time you will come to know that what is happening. But the morning buyers are not serious so far. That's the game which is going on right now, right? Otherwise they'll be started trading higher now. They'll be doing some kind of an open drive. Instead the price started up. So if at all there is a momentum buyers, right? If at all the momentum buyers are there, what happens? Typically the bottom will be made in the first 30 minutes, right? So if you still want to buy, you should be looking at the first half an hour low should not be broken out if you're still thinking about that. And then price again should start trading above the 10,850 levels. But if that is not happening, more activity is started building below that. That itself a sign that this market is losing control. Maybe they might go and clear the anomalies. Some of the anomalies we had, not much of anomalies, but 3 anomalies we had. So 1 and 2 and 3 anomalies. So I don't rate that as a poor structure. But whereas when it comes to Bank Nifty, if you look into the Bank Nifty charts, Bank Nifty broken 4-day high. Just give me a second, I'll let it load. And it's hovering around previous day high. So you can see that it's a 4-day high. So here is a 4-day high. That's a 4-day high. Price broken 4-day high. It opens above 4-day high and now started back into this reference. That is why I said like it's a low confidence environment. So and moreover, you can see that I claim this as a stops. It is a stop because generally whenever there is an tail, two matching tails, generally two matching tails we have. There are two tail zones which are having overlapping zones. So when you have such zones, some stops would have been placed above that reference level, right? So if at all high confidence has to maintain, price has to start building above 27532 levels. Point of control has to build above that level. Then we can say like it's bullish. It's more or less it's moving up and down around this level. Probably at the B period or C period, we'll get more clarity about the market confidence again. Okay. So still, I would like to term this as an low confidence buying. Unless I'm seeing some activity getting developed, letter B and letter C, then I will rate that as an a high confidence markets. So unless I'm not seeing that A, B, C, D getting developed, I'm going to rate this as a low confidence because the morning buyer showed up. So far, they're not serious, which is not a good thing. If they are serious, right, they would have been done a drive. That haven't happened so far. Maybe late buyers might show up, but let's see if they are showing up or not. Okay, now we're also looking into HDFC Bank. HDFC Bank is showing weakness. And moreover,
you're not watching any volumes or
No, as of now, I don't want to look into too much because that will be mostly confusing to you. I'll be watching volumes. I have order flow charts next to me, but I don't want to put too much in front of you as of now, right?
Okay.
Okay. So it's still above that reference. It's very crucial. You need to get an acceptance above that. You need to build the point of control above that. Let's see. Again, if you look into order flow, so as I said, initial volumes will be very good. So the first 5 minutes, it's a 5-minute candle. Whatever you're seeing is a 5-minute candle. So what you're seeing is an first candle almost 9,800 lots got traded, and second candle 4,800 lots got traded, and now slowly the volume will be subside after the first hour of activity. Right?
Rajan, is it buying volume or selling volume?
It's total volume. Buying volume and selling volume, I haven't enabled yet because I don't look into it. If you want, you can ask buying volume and selling volume, you can add it. So here is the buying volume and selling volume, which doesn't make any sense. If you want to look into it, it creates a lot of noise.
Okay.
So I would say that it's more of an, I prefer to disable that. Right, so. Okay, so nothing much visible over there so far. Still, it's a low confidence environment. That's what I can say. As long as the acceptance, point of control, maybe another 4 minutes, we are going to start a new letter. Letter B is going to start. So still they are trading down below the 2-day low, and also it's trading down below the double distribution balance. And when it comes to HDFC Bank again struggling above previous day high. They took up, and then it's again, you have to be aware that there is a back-to-back prominent point of control is there. So those are the likely targets. If the market is showing low confidence activity, market could go down and take this, and in a worst case, it can take down the G2 low also. So again, if you're thinking about long here, still not a right place to think about long. That's the same thing which is happening in Nifty and Bank Nifty. You need more data points. If you want to think about longs, you have to wait. If you want to short, you can short here, and you have to monitor. What you should not think about here is that the point of control should not build above a 2-day high. Right? So the weakness is there. Why I'm thinking here is that there are a lot of weakness there. So you can attempt those weakness. The prominent point of control, the prominent point of control. So if I'll be shorting here, and I'll be watching towards the prominent point of control and towards the prominent point of control. What I don't like is that price going above back, letter B, C, D building above previous day high. I don't want to watch out that. So I'll be initiating a short trade because I'm seeing weakness here on the downside, right? And what I'll be watching is that the point of control building below the over here, again over here, over here. So so that the weakness stays in HDFC Bank.
So the current one, the red one, right? Yours is point of control. Just I am not able to see the
point of control is over here. The point of control is over here.
Oh, that one. Huh? Okay.
Yeah. So maybe I have to shift it late. There are two kind of charts will be running in. One is a normal balance. Another one is a split balance. There's a split balance, and here is the value area for the day, developing value area, and point of control over here. All right. So one thing in Nifty, so the value area is most likely to be higher because it's a gap up. No matter what, if at all the value area has to overlap, price has to do dramatically some fall, and then it has to fall. Then only value area can do some sort of overlapping like this. Value area is most likely to be overlapping. So more activity is going to happen here, or the activity is going to happen here. Value is most likely to be higher. That doesn't mean like always you have to be position bullish, right? So, but you have the flexible mindset to convert to a bullish mode also. As of now, it's nothing clear. But if you are shorting here, you have to wait for the point of control to build down below the previous day low. If at all the day low is going to break, right? If the day low is going to break, maybe it could turn to be either it could turn out to be a dull, boring day, or most likely as of now, I don't look into the open drive or open test drive. I'll mostly go with the confidence. So it's mostly a mean reversion trade for me as of now. So if at all any weakness has to develop, okay, so I can tell you that that's an AB poor low. It's mostly unsecure. You see that it's A and B got developed at the same levels. It's mostly unsecure. Even if price is going to go up from here, they are going to tend to take down. Still, it's an AB poor low. It's just taken out by one tick. Still an AB poor low here. That means it's mostly taken out by intraday, but very rarely, even if it sustains, also price comes and takes down. Even if it is one tick or two tick, also still it's an AB poor low. Yeah, now it is no more. It's no more an AB poor low. Right. So that's how you can save that taking in bad trades at the morning itself. I mean, still, if market can go long, but let the market say that I want to go long, right? So if at all, if the market has to go long, they have to go and accept above the double distribution balance, then something happens. So now still it's making the bull's job a little bit tougher as the price started going down. Anything can happen in the markets, but let the market say that it has to happen. Somewhere the market will show where to enter longs, but as of now, there are not much of signs as of now. So the
Rajendran, if POC comes down, when we can initiate the short? Where POC has to come to initiate the short?
No, now what I'm saying is that you have to initiate the short and you have to monitor the position. So you see that the point of control is still building over here, right?
Right.
So,
Right.
and most of the rejection, you see that it is like price went above double distribution balance. So far, it is a rejection. So far, it looks like a rejection, right?
Where would be our SL if we short? If I would have shot it 5 minutes back,
Yeah.
where would I have put my SL here? What would be the situation? Just
See, it's tough to say that. Probably it's the point of control I'll be watching most of the time. So let it. I will not put one of the thing. What I will not do is that I'll not put my stops at the day high, because most of the people do the same thing again. So let something change in the market. Like if, let's say, all of a sudden it's going to go up here, I am the first one to get out of my position, right? So let something change in the markets. Let if at all if something has to change in the markets, point of control price comes over here and does some activity, at least 2 widening or 3 widening, let it happen, right? As long as that is not happening, it is not a good position to look for longs. It's most likely an extreme sentiment, so go short at the open. That is the clue so far which I am getting. Maybe let's also look into Bank Nifty. I don't know what could be the end destination. End destination could be clearance of all these anomalies 1, 2, and 3. So means we might lose whatever we gained. And there is a stops which is there in Bank Nifty on the downside. So Bank Nifty also came down, point of control started building down, which is so far not good. Right? That's how most of the time will be get spoofed out. If at all any selling, if at all any buying has to happen, mostly I think we need to again reevaluate again 1 o'clock. If at all any buying has to happen, this is not a good confidence market. Still, I would rate this as a low confidence environment. And maybe at C period, if at all something has to change, C period has to do some snapback. So if C also not snapping back, maybe it will be still rated as a low confidence environment, right?
Rajan, I have a doubt. Like, is that not mandated that the value area should be found below the double distribution reference line? Just we can
No.
look
So
at the
see, value
POC.
area is the least importance we look into, give to it. So definitely value area, we give importance to it. But when it comes to confidence takes control over the value area. Confidence takes the top priority.
Okay.
So you can see that how dramatically there was a good confidence in the market, and all of a sudden it vanishes, right? So, and we are the very early people to look into that confidence, saying that this is not a low confidence market. But probably if you are looking into longs, you should wait for the market to come to your favor. That's not a right trade location to look for a longs. In fact, one should be shorting the markets. Those are the favorable points where you can expect a quick turn in the markets. All you can do is that you can initiate a short and you can continue monitoring that, because if it's a good confidence, when they are taking out the 2-day, when they are breaking a 2-day breakout or a multi-day breakout, they would have been going faster, right? So that is not happening. What is not happening in the market is more important than what is happening in the markets. What has not happened is that when they are breaking the 2-day breakout, they just got back into the range, right? So which is not a good setup. And also they are still trading down below the double distribution balance. So either the auction here could turn to be dull. At this moment, what I'm thinking here is, even if they're going to go up here, the auction will be dull, boring. Most of the activity could be doing over here, or it could be, they could be going down. These are the two things I'm thinking about, because the first day low has been taken out. So it could possibly turn into an open auction outside the range, OA, OR kind of setup, or possibly they might be going down. So because it's a low confidence market, they broke a multi-day high, and so far they trading lower. So activity is building below 2-day low, activity is building below double distribution reference. That's observation so far. And the Bank Nifty, we are also talking about the number of anomalies which is there. So the number of anomalies are quite bigger: 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. So As long as the weaker confidence is going to remain, maybe our targets will be looking into towards this direction.
Rajavan, is it possible to see ICICI Bank?
Yeah, let me look into it. Still, you can see HDFC Bank also, it's still trading down below previous day's high, and activity so far it's happening down below that, which is not a good setup. Still, if you want to think about long, it's still not a good setup here.
Sir, if we saw it in HDFC, what will be your target level?
I said so there are three weaker levels I'm seeing here. One is prominent point of control, and second prominent point of control, and G2 low. These are the three levels I'll be monitoring as long as point of control is developing below previous day. The three levels, these are three weakness. That's the three weakness which one of the reason why we should be looking into it. Value wise, yes, value is still higher, right? But if you think about the confidence, as I said, confidence goes more importance. So confidence is still confidence. Anytime it can shift, but as of now, point of control is still below the previous day high. And that's an AB. It's an AB pure low as well. So means
the point of control is 2140, no, sir, in HDFC.
Point of control
is 2140.
Yeah, here somewhere 2138. Yeah, 214, very close to 2140. So you see that's an AB power low which hardly holds intraday. The A and B, the difference between A and B is only 2 ticks. I'm using a 50 paise TPO here. I think I'm using a 50 paise TPO. Let me confirm. That means higher odds that day low is not likely to be secured. Yeah, I'm using a 50 paise TPO. So there is a odds that price could still come down for the day.
Rajavan, who is your data provider? Global,
Global data feeds, yeah.
Any difference between True Data and Global? Is it both are same almost?
No, both are authentic vendors, right? So both are most likely same only.
So the Bell one, supports both, right?
Yeah, it supports both. It supports any data vendors as long as they are providing tick level database. It doesn't matter.
Okay, thank you.
What's up with Bank Nifty? Still, they are again going back around that reference level. So in a low confidence auction, they don't give up that easily. The buyers won't give up that easily. So you need to have more confirmation that A, B, C, D. Once you get the A, B, C, D balancing there, you will fairly get the confirmation that this market is not gonna go up. I mean, nothing much to panic still. Yeah. So let's observe C period. So we need to wait. We are waiting for the C period to confirm.
And where is what is your upside targets? Where we have to look, if
it is an upside target, then probably I'll be looking into Jan 1 high.
G2 high.
Yeah, the Jan 1 high. The G2 high is valid only for T plus 2 days. So
Okay.
we haven't targeted T+2 because we have specific rules which says that we are not targeting that G2 high.
You are telling Jan high, yeah?
Yeah, Jan 1 high. So it's the same G2 high only.
What is the behind the Jan high means, January 1st? What is the significance on that? We are targeting Jan high.
Because most of the months are not likely to be momentum months. If most of the months are not likely to be momentum months, Jan 1 low will also be tested. Jan 1 high also be tested.
Okay.
So in order to get that, we need an acceptance above that 10,850 levels.
Rajan, I have a thought like when you say acceptance, so what time period up to ABCD you will see that forms the value area above the double distribution
By
line?
ABCD itself, you have a fair confirmation. By the time when ABCD forms, let's say ABCD is forming completely low. Again, C period comes, again C period want to come down, and again D period also does some sort of an activity and it started building lower. You see that activity started building lower, and now price started going lower. That is what I'll say, like it's an acceptance point of control. That makes the price to so if at all point of control has to shift higher, right? So price has to go up and it has to build more point of activity over here. So that you have a fair level to exit. Probably you can have a stop loss in that case around 10880 levels. You know that if the point of control is going to shift higher, relatively you can easy exit over there.
So you are waiting for today highs to break, something like that, to initiate a long trade?
No, I'm waiting for some more letter C and D to get confirmed that activities want to build over here. Not again, let's say the C period again goes down, again D period goes down. By 11 o'clock, we'll be seeing that price will be still trading mostly over here. Maybe they may take down, but then a lot of activity would have been happened over here. And the C period, at the C period or day period, price will be still trading around 10,840 levels.
Okay, this is the same for both intraday and position, right? Short term.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
See, we already got one rejection, right? So what we have to check is that is there is again a rejection or not.
Ryan, one more thing.
Yeah.
In the Nifty chart.
Yeah.
So these.
So one more thing is that what I'm seeing is here is that the HDFC Bank, it's an AB power low. So AB power low rarely sustains, and it has a higher odds of revisit in a short term, even if it's going to sustain today. Right. So most likely it will be taken out by intraday itself. If it is sustaining, you'll be seeing a reference line saying that AB power low. Yeah, you're asking some question.
Yeah, in Nifty chart.
Yes.
See here, these PPOC, right? PPOC. There are three PPOCs here. These are already tested and
Already tested and cleared. That's why it got stopped.
So it will automatically stop there itself. Huh?
Yeah, it automatically stops there itself. Whenever the moment the PPOC tested, it gets cleared. So later on, it doesn't have any significance on that.
Okay, the software will automatically take care.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay. Looks like activity was started developing higher then. Activity started developing higher. Again, it forms an AB power high. AB power high there. Here also it's an AB power high. Once C and D got established completely, it's tough to shift the point of control for the day. A lot of momentum buyers came in. Let's see. Still is an AB power high. Means, let's say, even if today price comes down at C period and again D period, it goes down, still it can come back. If this is going to stay today, which is good for the longs. If this information is going to stay, right? Most likely it will be get cleared intraday. But if this information is going to stay, which will be still positionally good for longs. I'm not saying that whether it will stay or not, but most likely it gets cleared intraday, right? If you are seeing that if this information is staying down and market is going down, again 1 or 2 days we'll be getting back to that levels. These kinds of information rarely stays, but if it is staying and market is still going down, market could revert back.
Can you check ICICI Bank?
Yeah. ICICI Bank. Still, it's trading down below the 2-day low. I mean, yesterday's low. I have to change the indicator settings to 2. Tough to say which side they go. It's still previous day taken out and still started trading lower. But C and D period, you will get a fair confirmation.
Okay.
And we have an immediate support. Is if any downside is supposed to come, there is one downside support is there. So there won't be a easy go away on the downside. When you have a double distribution or a triple distribution, there won't be any easy go away down below that reference. So even if let's say the C or D is going to build in this range, max to max, they can go down and then again they could rotate back for the day. So for that day, the range could be anywhere like this, or the day could build somewhere like this. That's the thing you can anticipate from this when you are seeing a double distribution or a triple distribution. It's pretty close. The AB, it's still an AB power high there. AB poor highs are meant to be taken out. So one thing is that it's not an open drive, it's not an open test drive. So maybe the activity might be balancing here. But let's see how it goes. But still, the double distribution is the key reference level. There are no big sellers so far, no big buyers. But one thing you can see that the couple of big buyers entered last Friday. It is. Okay, let's we can do it later. So HDFC Bank, AB poor low is there still, which is not a secure low. Still, I will say this confidence is a low confidence only. And still, Nifty confidence can change with this given setup, but still, I don't want to comment much on that. I need more information. Activity can change higher because there is an AB poor high. Maybe what could happen is that more activity could happen, and some sort of confidence again kicks up, and they could take out something like that. But most likely, some rotations are going to happen. So no need to comment early on. But I'm ready to change my opinion here. As of now, I don't want to change my opinion still. But still, it's hovering around 2-day low as well. It's hovering around 2-day low as well. It's pretty close to 2-day low. But yes, if there is, if at all they want to come back, they will do something and they will take it up. So that kind of odds I'm thinking about, because this is an AB poor high. Even if not, let's say they're coming down and they are doing more activity, again they could come up over here. Still, the upside auction is not over, that is for sure. Okay, so the question is, are they going to go downside further and then they're going to take it up, is what the question now. Again, they are back down below 2-day low. HDFC Bank has the odds of coming down to take the previous, today's low. It's an AB poor low. It's a weaker low. If it's a weaker low, if they're coming down and taking down, odds are there that a point of control will be forming down below previous day high. Okay.
Sir, just show the.
So you can see
Sir,
here.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, sir, just show the big volumes in Bank Nifty. You were saying, sir, yes, day before yesterday there was a big volumes.
So here there is a big selling volume is there. You see that 2,000 lots coming at the day high. I believe it's a 2-day high, right? Whenever you're seeing this, you'll be getting some sell-off, but eventually they will take it out. This is from today's perspective, it is called as it's a trapped buyer. Whenever you're seeing such trapped buyer, they are unsecured buyers. Most likely, price used to tend to come down, but eventually they will take it up. Maybe today itself it will be taken out. So that day high is not secure. So that is one information saying that Bank Nifty maybe temporary weakness might come intraday, but eventually again they will take it towards 27850. This is one more information you can grab it over here. It's a bias. 2,000 buyers showed up, but despite that, market is going down, and they could go down. But a day high, if you take any day high volume, you see the high volume. Day high volume will be always thinned out volume. If you look into the volume profile, none of the places volume will be very big over here. If it's big, then that day is still not secured. It's a failed auction. Price again will come down to complete the auction again. Right? That's a very subtle nuances you have to think about over here. Whenever you are seeing a day high Nifty or Bank Nifty, which is exiting 1,000 lots or 800 lots, that day high is not secured. So that's the one more information you can. Anyways, you will be learning all those concepts. But
and then who will be doing that? 2,000 lots. Is it investor or doing that job or?
No, most likely some institutions. It could be. We don't know the time frame, but definitely not intraday players. Definitely.
No, just wanted to understand their pulse, why they are trying to do that job at the day end.
Day high. It's not
day high.
Day high.
Day high or day end?
Day high. This is today's high. That is today's high in Bank Nifty. So means most of the cases it will be taken out by today itself. Will be taken out. So that means that means a price is going to go again to 27575 again. That's one more information you can get from order flow, which has a high probability with a greater success odds. When it comes to Nifty, still activity is kind of turning. You see that ABC started building higher. So now the focus is shifting on the upper side now, and they are also out of 2-day high. So I'll rate this as high confidence. Okay. Change in confidence. ABC balancing started above 2-day high and also above double distribution levels. Okay, and there is an AB poor high is also there. So day high is not secured in enough and be enough.
IB poor high is taken out, I think.
Is it? Okay. Okay, so that's how it is, which is very good. When it comes to Bank Nifty also, they will take out the day high. The day high is not secured because if you look into this information, it is not secured here. Because of this information, they will again come and get back.
Do we need to see, when we are taking Nifty trades?
Yeah.
Do we need to see parallelly Bank Nifty, what it is doing, or
no. Nifty you have to trade independently. Bank Nifty you have to trade independently.
No. My question is, trading.
Mostly Nifty and Bank Nifty are correlated each other because
Right.
Because the 40% of the content in Nifty is mostly dominated by the banks, right? So,
right. So do we need to, parallelly, do we need to watch? Just wanted to, confirmation when we are taking Nifty.
when we are taking Nifty parallelly, not required. It's not required to watch. You trade Nifty independently and Bank Nifty independently. So most of the time there will be correlation, but there are times you may not find correlation at all. So those are the phases you'll be wondering why you'll be taking Nifty and why. I mean, it's always good to watch Nifty as Nifty and Bank Nifty as Bank Nifty. As simple as that. So this is how the price come and complete the auction. Okay, and you can see there are a lot of single prints getting developed on. And one thing what you should not do is that once you've seen all these single prints, you should not initiate a trade, because most likely at the D period they will come and clear it, because not every day is going to be a double distribution day, right? So if it is not double distribution day, all the single prints will be get cleared. So if you're a fast trader, one can use this to target some. You can expect the price letter B to come and clear the reference. Point of control definitely building higher, which is very good. It's come out of that reference. But you see that there are a lot of single prints. It's one of the worst places to go and catch. Once you've seen all the single prints, don't try to go long. Because again, if at all they want to resume, what they'll do is that letter D will come and do, it will come and do this balance here. Again, they will initiate the trades. So watching those single prints are very crucial. Very rarely the price stays and activity develops. Again, they go up. Again, they go up. That's very rare. But most of the time, markets are going to be in a balancing mode. If there is a single print, again, market will come down, clear the reference, and it creates. Okay, anything we got from order flow? Any big buyers coming in? That means the flow is relatively good. Big buyers came, which is the auction is good. The big buyers came here, 2058 lots. They came here. They also came up with good momentum. So there are a lot of stack of momentum buyers coming in, which is good. When there is a big volume is coming in during middle of the day, which is relatively they're coming and supporting the breakouts.
Sir, what is the order filter you have taken over here? Quantity order filter?
10x. What do you mean by order filter?
Like there will be like suppose if a person placing 100 lots, there will be some filter now. You suppose if I put a filter for 500.
I'm not using any filter here. It's whatever you see is the raw order flow.
Okay.
So whatever you're seeing is a raw order flow. So there is a big buyer showing up, which is good. The big buyer showing up about 2-day high is good for the auction. But as a trader, if you still want to go long, don't go long after seeing this breakout, right? So if you still want to go long, wait for the price to come back, and then you can initiate long here. Because there are a lot of single prints. Those single prints are hardly stays. If you look end of the day, there won't be any single prints at all. So if there are no single prints at all, then price comes back, and then probably you have to initiate long again.
So you mean to say the market is again going to come down, sir?
Yeah, either it will come at C period and D period they will again initiate a long, right? Okay. Or possibly what I'm saying is that these single prints, whatever the single prints we talked about, are what I am saying is that when you're seeing when the price is breaking out with a lot of single prints, don't initiate long. Something like this, it's going to happen. It's very rare, right? So what I'm saying at the C period, that too, don't go long, at least at C period. Markets are positioned long, but wait for the price to come down, and maybe the price might be coming at, if not at C period, they may come at D period, and then again initiate long, so that auction continues. Market will be going in a balanced mode. It keeps going up. many cases, what it happens is that there'll be a previous day high and previous day low. Already A and B would have been formed over here. And letter C creates a lot of single prints. It would have been broken day high, right? So that is a sign that there are a lot of single prints here, and those single prints are most likely not going to stay. So price comes and remove all those single prints. So again, price could fall back and it could build a point of control. So in that case, in that case, what generally happens is that that's one of the, when you're seeing that C period high, we immediately go on chart without any thinking there, because we know that those single prints are most likely to get cleared. So that means price has the odds of coming back down, and point of control is most likely to build lower in that case, right? But in today's case, it's different. The C period is coming way above previous day high. Already point of control is over here. Point of control is over here. But still, you can expect price to come at C period or D period. Maybe C and D may come, but someone will come and clear, and they will take it up.
So just a small question in order flow.
Yeah.
On the right side, it will say the order, like how many buys has been done, like 2038.
Where?
Like the last one, 68, 18, 51.
60.
The right side, 40, 114, 51. This one only, sir. Where is the cursor is there?
Yeah, this one.
Yeah.
This is called action bar. This is called action bar, which will show only the activity for the last 5 prices.
Okay.
This is not the current bar.
So the right side.
My current bar is here. My current 5-minute bar is over
here. The right side is the buying and the left side is the execution one. So.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
And what is this CR 721? The number 268. What is this number? So
we'll be talking next week.
Okay. So
yeah. So next week, the second day of the session, we are having some more information. We have 1 day of complete basic session on order flow, and one more advanced strategy session we are talking on third or fourth week we are taking.
Okay, sir.
So if you can see, still the day low in Bank Nifty is not taken out. That's a momentum buyer still there. Whereas Nifty, it has been taken out. Nifty, it has been taken out. So when the price is moving this higher, right? So that makes point of control shifting odds down lower. If at all the price has to shift down, right? It has to shift down and more activity has to happen down. That makes complicated for the bears now, as of now. So there is a change came in from the confidence level. So there is a low confidence to high confidence change. So that means it's tough to do any sort of sell off. Let's see how the day goes. Point of control is staying above 2-day high, which is relatively good.
Ranjan, is that easy for the market to change the confidence even after D or E period or F period?
Not much. Hardly one time changes. Very, very, very rarely it changes 2 times. It's already changed once.
Okay, so before E or D, we should get some confidence level, right?
No, already the C period has been formed over here. Even let's say the D period is going to come down. The D period is going to fall like this, right? So it forms a point of control over here. Point of control stays here. Let's say that D period is going to fall, right? So assume that D or any other letter is going to fall. It's going to fall like this. Then still the point of control, the more time ways, the activity will be still building over here. So that means downside price has to push down and again do a lot of activity on the downside. Now that is going to be challenging for the bears now. So which is means bears has to spend more time pushing the price down, staying down. That doesn't market doesn't do like that. Once they took a direction, they will be mostly sticking to that. Very rarely you will be finding that kind of whipsaws. Hardly on my experience. Once the confidence changes, they don't change much. In a day, it changes only once.
Okay. So instead of seeing a big volume by the buyers and the confidence on here, so we can make sure like the price won't drop much, right?
Yeah, price. So forget the price. Price we are not worried. Even if it drops, price could come back.
Okay.
But what I am saying is that the single prints are there still. So the letter price could again come back. So there is no immediate uptrend. Even if it is an immediate uptrend, they could come and test mid of the day again. They will rally back. And value, as I said, value is most likely to be higher compared to the previous day.
So what if this particular position like more than 6 or 7 single prints form in a day? It is like the next day it will should go up and cover those areas, or
You're talking about single prints. Let's say the single prints are there, and it's going to create a distribution. You're asking like that?
no? No, just a single print.
Means tails, like this tail, and then goes down.
Just a tail. Yeah.
In that case, this again acts like a resistance level. Then the 10,850 will again kind of a resistance.
So it's going to be form a strong resistance there.
Yeah. Prior to that, this reference itself will still stay as a reference resistance. This
Okay.
I will remove this reference today if the point of control is already started building higher and it's gonna stay higher. I will remove this double distribution balance, right? If at all, let's say the price went down and does more activity, which is less likely as of now, and let's say this is going to happen and almost 4 or 5 activity happened around the 10,840 and then going down, or let's say price dramatically fallen, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 activity happened over here, point of control migrated down. In that case, I will still keep this reference. Dramatically going to fall. Let's say the price is going to fall dramatically and it's going to make 5 or 6 activity at this time. Maybe let's say if already 6 activity happens over here, even if the price falls and comes back over here, I'll cut down this reference. Now this point of control is going to stay above. I will cut down this reference tomorrow. I don't monitor that reference at all.
Okay.
Amma.
I think much market is still in a side. They took a direction. I mean, one of the reasons I don't look into that, my strategies are not based upon IB breakout based strategies. Right? So, if at all there is a change, market will pre-inform you. Like the formation of AB power high, which says that high is not secured. Again, market went up. you will get some such kind of clues. And now point of control building above that. Now that is ensuring that still there is no change in the markets. But the only thing is that there is no immediate upside. So at another 15 minutes or another 30 minutes, we'll have a D period. Maybe the D period might come back and we will rotate and we will move up. Maybe if at all you want to move up. I mean that. So once you started watching market profile, you'll get into a lot of confidence level. Uh, um, how the auction happens, you know that which auctions are risky to take a trade, which auctions are how long to wait, if at all, what to anticipate from the markets. You will have a better ideas about once you started seeing the auction, right? You will have a fair idea, like when single prints are forming, how I have to react to that market. Should I have to jump into it or should I have to wait some more time? From my observation, anytime whenever you're seeing a C period single prints hardly stays. So that means that will be mostly cleared, and then price. At the end of the day, you don't find C period single prints at all. Again, this guy, I said this guy is still showing weakness. The AB power low is staying. What ICC Bank? ICC Bank is still tough to say, but auction is still going higher. The one-time framing also letter A and B and C. So in Bank Nifty, the day low stays. ICICI, the day low stays. So still, it's going kind of like an open drive. It's going like an open drive. As I said, open drive. The first 30 minutes, it will be staying there. If you're seeing around 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock, the first 1 hour, first day low will not be taken out. Tough to say. So far, the auction is higher, but if there is a change or not, you need to wait and watch. But even if they want to go down, they will go down up to this. Since more time already taken over here, right? So more time already taken over here in terms of auction. If any downside, they will go till over here. So downside, we cannot expect much bigger drastic downside. Again, they got back in. So maybe at the once the D period started again, D period going up, it could be a good auction. So
can we plot the candlesticks here in the market profile?
I have mostly I watch candlesticks in AMI Broker.
Okay. No, I'm just asking the option. Like, can we?
You can. So there is one way you can do that, but I don't prefer to do that. I see market profile as market profile.
Okay. I'm just.
Because all in a sudden you see
compare.
a candlestick, that mostly creates some unwanted bias.
Okay.
I think there is a way to enable candlesticks. So here you can enable this option, and you'll be able to get it.
Okay.
Now let's say like the price is trying to go down and D period is initiating the auction, which is good. So now if you want to initiate longs, then probably don't try to initiate longs over here. That is too risky. But when the price is coming, wait for the price to come down and then initiate the auction there. That is why you'll be able to get a better pricing compared to going and catching the top. And otherwise you'll be become an emotional trader. But if you understand the auction that the single prints are quite rare at C period, you go back and check most of the charts. Single prints, staying at single prints are very rare from the past history. And if at all, if you're initiating shorts and if you're seeing a lot of single prints at C period, one of the best place to initiate short and monitor it. And first thing what you'll be getting is that the C period, all the C period single prints will get covered most of the time. So maybe the point of control gets built over here for the day. If again D is going to come or E is going to come, maybe price might be spending some more time over here before taking it up further. How about Bank Nifty order flow? Not much serious sellers. Sellers are there, but they're not serious sellers. HDFC, ICICI Bank is still auctioning higher. Nothing much to say. It could be open drive also, right? So it's tough to say. We need more confirmation. Like C or D period. If still price is willing to go up D period, and one time framing is a sign of a confidence. Again, the D period is about to start. In another 5-6 minutes, the D period is about to start. See, we are very early to the auction. As of now, the point of control is over here. But yes, let's say the D period want to come down and they are initiating higher. Maybe the D period or E period, they could hold on single print. If at all any single print has to come, like a double distribution or a triple distribution, they may be mostly coming in the E period or F period or G period or H period or I period. Mostly in those periods, you'll be finding single prints mostly mid of the day. Early part of the day, getting a single prints and staying, those single prints getting stayed are very rare. But mid of the day, yes, it can happen. So whatever the structure which is going on in HDFC Bank is so far not good. It's an AB poor low. shows short-term buyers, point of control, short-term buyers, short-term buyers. When the structure is going like this, I prefer not to stay away from. I don't trade longs at least. I'll be mostly waiting for a short opportunity, but I'll not looking for longs. They're definitely not longs. When the structure is getting like this. But you see that there is a 45-degree line. That 45-degree line brings some gap up and one drive, but later on, the remaining structure will take care. Always, you need to give more priority to 45-degree, right? So even if there are a lot of weakness there in the markets, first thing what market will do is the current business. The current business is short covering, and then the remaining thing will taken care into the markets. So whenever there is a 45-degree, the line is presenting in the charts, first you just step away from the shorting, and once the market spikes up and it's showing weakness, again resuming your shorts there.
Yeah, Rajendran, can you tell something about 45-degree line? In
so what 45-degree line is all about? You see that the point of control, the value area is like this, right? So what is mostly happening on 45-degree line is when I split the profile, you can see the price is plunging at the K period, but finally it manages to close around the point of control. If you look on that day, price closed exactly at the point of control. And if it is a Friday 45-degree line, right? So it's also a Friday 45-degree line as well. So it looks like a 45-degree line, and it is applicable only on the downside. It's nothing like something like this. This is not a 45-degree line. What the 45-degree line talks about is the players who are selling down below the value area low. So this is a value area low for that day. So price who are selling below the value area low are most likely weaker hand traders in a very, very short term. And most of the times, a good trend will be initiated. A good trend will be initiated post and such kind of a 45-degree line. It's one of the good place to look for an positional longs or an intraday, BTST kind of longs. Generally, market tend to go above. Let's say, and the market used to go down, and one of the day I'm getting in 45-degree line, and then the buying resumes there. But there are cases what happens something like this when the 45-degree line is forming, and there are a lot of point of control, one more point of control, and one more weaker reference level, and still markets are showing a lot of weakness. That 45-degree line stops there. It does a short covering, but then it stops there itself, and then it tries to fall towards the downside. Still, price has a lot of odds to come down and take the day low. So it's an ABCD which forms at the day high. So the D period also started. So maybe let's quickly look into Nifty. The D period started. You can see that single print is about to get covered. Another 2 more points down, it gets covered, and then they might resume the operations. Again, Bank Nifty.
To take trades here, where we can position trades long in Nifty.
Once this single print is going to get covered, right? So okay. Once the single print is going to get covered, I'll already see it came down, right? By that time itself, you can take the trade, or still you can expect the price to come down and you can wait for the trade to initiate there. The overall the auction is turned bullish. It's still more that price is going to spend on the higher side. It's tough. They are going to make decisions for the bears as of now. Initially, it looks like they are going to build the point of control lower, but eventually they came back in and they turned the auction completely. So most likely they will get covered faster. Now, another 2 more ticks down, it will be covered. As I said, C period single prints hardly stays. So there are only 2 single prints as of now. You can see this is 2 single prints there. It rarely stays. Comes to Bank Nifty auction is good. So you see that C period there was a light tick. They come back in, and now they have all signs of initiating auctions over here. And moreover, still the day low is not taken out, which is a good sign that it could be an open drive kind of setup. I mean, it's not an open drive, it's kind of an open test drive kind of setup. Because open drive means they open and then they rally. But instead, what happened is that kind of when they opened, they tested, and then they came back in. So maybe that single prints in Nifty would have been got cleared.
So for the open test drive, it should at least go near yesterday's range, right?
No, the first 30-minute has to be held. First 30-minute low should be held.
Okay.
Yesterday's range has to be broken, and it should still kept on marching higher.
Okay.
Whereas in Nifty, it is not an open drive or open test drive; it's something else.
And also, gap is not clear, right, Rajendran? Today's gap open.
That's fine. That's fine. So trying to fade the gap as of now, if you want to fade the gap, it's going to be one of the worst idea.
Mm-hmm.
So what Jim saying is that if the so he talks about the gap rules. Go with the gap which is not fairly doing quickly. I mean, it's not filling up quickly. There is a significant gap is there, almost 60-70 point gap is there. Many short-term traders, they trade against the gap, which is one of the worst idea. When confidence is staying higher, don't fade the gaps. So that single print got cleared, right? So which is anticipated. Again, you can see this ABCD balancing started now. It's ABCD letter got started now. So most likely the point of control is going to stay here. Migrating down and activity shifting down is very tough now, at least. More time it's going to spend. Let's say even if the price is going to come down here and letter E is going to stay here, the point of control is going to stay here. Confidence is going to stay higher.
Okay. So if confidence is high, market confidence override gaps.
Yes, market confidence override gaps. Maybe if there is a low confidence, let's say if the morning trade was like ABC and C and D would have been formed over here, then probably we should have targeted towards the gaps, right? So still it's not a right place to target towards the gap. Maybe you should be looking on the upper side.
Rajendran, can we expect a late spike today if POC starts to build here only?
Late spike, I don't know that. I can't. As of now,
I'm asking if POC starts to build here only. I mean to say, like for example, PPOC.
See, point of control not necessarily it has to shift higher. Maybe let's say like another G period, they could build some higher single prints. Single prints again show some sort of confidence. Again, they could do something like this. Again, they can move like this also. Or it can come up in the form of a spike also. Like I don't know how it's gonna do, but all I know is that still the market low confidence was there initially. All of a sudden they shift to high confidence, and high confidence stays. Now that they are making more trouble to the bears, so most likely this auction could stay on the higher side for the day. Yeah, so that is the thing which I can understand.
Also, this is the right place to initiate long, right?
Yes, this is one of the right place to initiate long. But one thing is that you should not. When many people watches the price, they watch the price and they get mesmerized with the breakout, and they go and catch the price either here or somewhere here. What you have to do is that as a market profile trader, you have to wait for the single prints to get a clear, and you can initiate a long.
Where would be our where we can keep our SL, Rajendran? Can you throw some idea on that?
SL definitely you can have it in this panda range, like over here, somewhere around 10,840, and the core focus will be towards this G2 high reference. I'm not sure whether 1 or 2 days will be back at G2 high. 1 or 2 days from here.
Intraday reference level where we can usually, I will close my position, by the end of the day. So just wanted to where we can make, keep intraday target if I am long?
There are no nearby references. The very next reference I'm having here is G2 high. If there is any references, I would have said that. But the next reference, what I'm having is only the G2 high. That's a 1st January high. So maybe 1st January high. Or probably you can have a midpoint somewhere and take it as in your targets. But you can have a 50% target booking if it's coming to this 10,980 levels, and second thing should be the G2 high.
Okay.
Right, so we'll have one more final look. Bank Nifty is still the point of control is staying above that. It's already 4 activity happened over there, and Nifty already it's an ABCD balancing. That's the place the POC got widened, and HDFC Bank is showing weakness still. A lot of weaker levels are there, and there is no easy go for HDFC Bank for sure. And ICICI Bank activity is still trading down below. It's at the edges. It's at the edges. So when it's at the edges, what could happen is that there'll be a lot of 4 activity, 5 activity, and then it get into a special case. So I prefer not to trade ICICI Bank still. But only one thing you can monitor, like it's still holding the day low. The day low is not broken. Kind of a price is trading at the edges, so it could turn out to be kind of an open drive. Price could spike through the day. If at all any movement should come in Bank Nifty, ICICI should play a major role. HDFC doesn't have any major role as of today. It's showing a lot of weakness. It's showing a lot of weakness here. Still, structure-wise, all are weakness. So this is a weakness. This is a weakness. Back-to-back from in point of control is a weakness. G2 low is a weakness. So everything is not set for HDFC Bank as of now. Right, but other things are holding good for Nifty and Bank Nifty. So for Nifty and Bank Nifty, still holding good. There are no strong sellers or weak sellers. Let me do one round of quick check in order flow as well. Not much. There are no failed auction levels or uninitiated business levels. So it's so far looking good. Yeah. So with this, closing the session here. Again, tomorrow we again resume the session again. So most likely, if you ask me where the market could go, I'll be positioning on the long side, and I'll be mostly focusing on the G2 high here. Most likely either today it's tough to say, but by tomorrow we should be there at G2 high with the given setups, right? Yeah, thank you.